small things can create very big impacts. I'll try to show that. And I come from a small city. I live in a small village also, and I've created a small forest too. So I work on three. I can divide my life into three. One is activism, conservation, and sustainable development. So I'll start with sustainable development. Do we really have the choice to pursue our dreams? I have found that people, as they become rich, become far away from common sense. Like my father made good money, and the day he built his house, he put marble flooring there. I found it to be idiotic, actually. But my mom has osteoporosis, and she's still breaking her knees down. And when I was young, we lived in the times of Kamat Se Kamat Tak and those kind of movies, where the hero, whenever he runs away with the heroine, would go inside a forest and live behind a brook. A stream will be running and there'll be a wooden house. And those were the dreams that we lived by, and I wanted to live that dream. But nowadays, romance happens in cave cafe with tags hanging around, all that. So it's very scary. This is one thing that those two hosts had said to this guest. It's unfortunate breaking stereotypes, which should be a very simple affair, has become one of the most courageous acts. We need to break stereotypes. There's no doubt about it. My friend here, Shubha, from my childhood friend, spoke to me, said, "You are wearing Hawaii chappals for a TED talk." I said, "I don't know what's going to happen if I wear a leather shoe. What difference is it going to make?" So small dreams, are they profitable? This is my friend. I'm eating at a corner store called Murugan's Kadai. It's a snack shop. I'm eating a local delicacy of Salem. He earns 45,000 a month. And I've still not been able to make 20,000 a month. Small technologies, which is sustainable development, actually has to be micro. Has to be micro. So small technologies I envision that it will be a huge driver of this nation. Big is doom. Big is doom. It is very well known. It's very well recorded. Somehow we don't want to break that. We don't have the courage to call big as dangerous. But big, everything that is big, which is central, is dangerous. For example, nuclear power costs 16 crores per megawatt. If you calculate the power transmission that happens, the power transmission loss, which is between 30 and 40% in our country, it goes till 32 crores. But somehow our governments have been adamant in bringing in nuclear power. Recently, a guy came from Japan, a Dadiwala from Delhi, stood in the banks of Ganga, did an aarti and said, "We have signed the nuclear power agreement." And they're dooming this country and praying the same water. Thermal power costs around 6 crores per megawatt. Please pay attention. That is a small gasifier that I've installed in my own farm. This cost me 2 lakhs, which comes to 2 crore per megawatt, but I can scale it down to 2 lakhs. It was designed by a farmer from Hanumangarh district called Rai Singh Dhaiya. He has never been to school. He designed a biomass gasifier that runs on wood. And you put wood and you generate electricity. And the byproduct is coal. So we produce coal and we produce electricity, but governments across the world are burning coal, converting it to radioactive ash and generating electricity. Which is better? The cost can also be seen. And this power costs less than 1 rupee a unit. Claps for this man, please. So we install small biogas plants. I install small biogas plants at household schools where I put vegetable waste. My household waste goes into it. 1 kilo waste generates 40 minutes of cooking gas for free. And 1 kilo waste generates 3 liters of biogas slurry. This slurry, even if you eat, say, dates, have you eaten dates? The seeds are very hard. You just soak the seeds in this water and sow it, it will grow. So it's as nutrient as that. So you can again go back to Facebook. My name is Piyush Manush. You can see all these technologies if you want more details. So this machine, I found it very interesting. This produces aloe vera juice, gel, essential oils, tamarind, tomato pulp, jam, jellies. It was designed by a rickshaw puller in Haryana. He was ferrying medicinal plants in the market of Delhi. He met with accident, went back to his home. He knew all the economics. He went to the agriculture university, saw machines, very costly. He took a pressure cooker to a small lathe, designed a machine, and it produces all this. He was at the president's home for 2 months, actually. He was honored later on. So very inspiring. I grow bamboo major for a living. This is my forest. I grow bamboo. I have a nursery. I make value addition, and I also make agave fiber. I do green buildings. Vagera vagera. You can look at Cobb Forest and just please do a Google search on it, because I want to speak a little more on different things. Now, Salem Citizens Forum is a small initiative that we started in 2010. I started planting trees in 1997. I used to plant trees. By 2004, I met an activist called Nityanand Jairam, who introduced me to the corporate loot, the way loot happens in this world. From 97, I used to believe trees will solve all the problems. 33% of forest area means developed country, lot of fruits to eat, lot of timber to harvest, lot of water will flow, agriculture will be whatever, prosperous and all that. But somehow everything dashed. Dashed when I went to Chhattisgarh. I saw the richest regions of this world. The world has the poorest of the population, housing 7 lakh people in a 30,000 square kilometer area, and you have the poorest of people living on the richest of lands below and above. The teak trees go 200 feet, and I just couldn't comprehend why this is happening. Why people in God-forsaken cities like Chennai, Delhi, Bangalore, where one cannot live for 2 days. I'm not able to live here for 1 day. I'm sorry to say that. But why are we people so rich, privileged? But those people who live in midst of nature are at distress. They're working in Manipur, Northeast people are working in your beauty parlors. Chhattisgarh, the girls are working in our homes as maids. Why is this happening? So this has been confusing me for a long time. So I'll come back to this corporate loot again. But I was arrested in 2010 under charges of sedition for seeking peace. I had printed a notice that said Chidambaram stop working for crooks, criminals like Vedanta, Jindals, etc., and work for the people of this land. And I was taken inside, charged under sedition. So people of Salem looked into. He said, who is this fellow? I didn't get much press coverage that time because the case was big. So, but still people rallied around. We formed the Salem Citizens Forum, and we undertook, the collector felt a little bad about it. He came to know I'm an organic farmer and vagera vagera, and so he gave us this lake. So I'm sorry, it's not very clear, but it's a very dirty dump then. So restoration started. We bought in machines, and we have been able to take 6 water bodies in Salem. This is, my presentation is bad, sorry, but this is another Longley tank, which we converted into this. So please clap. Yeah. So this again comes, and then this is the lake. We created these islands, planted trees. These are 45 islands created by us in 2 months' time. And trees were planted in 2 months' time. 4 months our project got over. And this is another lake called Kumaragiri Lake, which again got converted like this. And this is another tank that we took up very recently, Pallapatti Tepagulam, and sorry, the image picture quality is very bad. We also paint walls. We paint walls in Salem, which is a very common thing. Oh, this is one small video you can just... So I'll come to the most important thing now. First was I've grown forests, formed cooperatives, small efforts. People came together, each one of us owned 2 acres of land. We have been able to create a very beautiful model of COP forest. Please do check that out. At spending 17 lakhs, we have been able to create a stream that runs 12 months a year and is giving water to 7 villages now, around the year, in a very rocky area. And this lake that we have adopted, you saw the park there. Children of a school there contributed, Golden Gates Emerald Valley School contributed 500 rupees each. Small contributions, but we have been able to spend 35 lakhs and create a beautiful park, and 28 lakhs on the creating the islands and planting the trees. Government, the Tamil Nadu government has spent 42 crores on a 16-acre lake. And we have been able to do it in 0.75 crores for a 58-acre lake. So that's the difference, kind of difference that happens. And we have been able to take up 5 more water bodies at 2.5 crores. Now, apart from this, I find this to be also mammoth in scale. Mammoth in scale, why? Because, can you hold this please? Yeah, mammoth in scale because there's a company called Vedanta. He has been mining Koli Hills and Irkar Hills in Salem, producing aluminium, which is obviously sent outside to make bombs to fall on our own heads again. What aluminium that we require is very little. You don't have to mine so much. But he mines all this aluminium, sends it out. Vedanta is a London Stock Exchange Limited company. So what happens due to bauxite mining is my rivers get dried up. So we had opposition to it. I filed an RTI. 10 rupees. I hope you all know that. 10 rupees. I wanted to inspect files. The officials did not show me the files. So I spent another 30 rupees on a bus fare. It is another district, Namakkal. I took with me a big tiffin box. They asked me to wait for the reply. I waited there. I took a mat with me. I slept there in the office. So I had to spend another 100 rupees more. I got all those files. In those files, it was very clearly written by Mr. Anil Agarwal that I have sinned against this country. I don't have any permission to mine, but I keep mining. I got this letter. We went to the High Court, spent 3,000 rupees on the petition, and we shut down the 1,600-acre mine. Please. Because it was completely illegal. Completely illegal. Then there's a company called Kempla Sanmar who has been dumping mercury and cyanide right in our drinking water. Right in our drinking water. So we mobilized the farmers there, raised our voice. We made the company spend 110 crores on putting an effluent treatment plant. And we made him spend another 35 crores to change from mercury technology to membrane technology. Because 1 gram of mercury going into any water body would lead to 25 acres lake getting polluted, which is the most dangerous carcinogenic metal available. So that was another success story. There's another company called Jindals who wanted to mine a 6,000-acre hill. Jindals, Stalin, our deputy chief minister earlier, had another company called VKJ Steel Energy and Salem Steel Plant joined together, and they wanted to destroy a 6,000-acre hill. We mobilized a crowd, spent 1,500 on mobilization. People joined together, went, sought documents. We found it was completely illegal, and we shut down the mine. Sorry, the mine was not operated at all. So we shut it down. Please, we need claps for this. 6,000 acres is something huge. Yeah? So very small efforts can lead to very big changes. Very big changes. I have seen success stories coming from nowhere. You all are privileged people. You all are privileged. I'm sure you wouldn't have gone to sleep in the night by saying that, what will I do for food tomorrow? Have you ever had that thought in your mind? No? Have you ever had that thought? No. So please believe me, we are all very privileged. We are all very privileged. We can do a lot of things. We can support micro initiatives. We can support micro conservation projects. And very importantly, we need to support activism. Bhopal gas tragedy, have you all heard of it? Yeah? So Bhopalis walked from 2008. In 2006, they marched 800 kilometers till Delhi. In 2008, they again marched. If you listen to the demands, it will be frivolous. They asked for drinking water. Because after the company abandoned the factory, all the chemicals had seeped into the land and the whole water was poisonous. All that they wanted was drinking water. They didn't have 5 lakh rupees to complete this march. The money came from outside. It is a shame on this country that we do not support activism because it's not fashionable. We find that someone is standing in the road and shouting some nara, and we really get put off with it. We all feel that we need not fight. But believe me, I'll end it with this. For your physical needs, we all eat. We eat food. We have sex. We want to sleep. We want to read things, good things. We want new skills to acquire for our brains. For our heart, we need some soothing things to happen. But what does your soul ask from you? Please use your common sense. The soul inside, within, asks for justice and peace. Every time it sees an injustice happening outside, your soul will ask you, act to it. The only thing that is stopping you is the physical pain. You will feel someone will beat you up. You will feel some policeman will harass you. You will feel some other thing will happen to you, which will make you very uncomfortable. Perception of others. Others will tell you are a mad fellow. Please listen to your soul. The day your soul, your body and the mind, the day it starts working for the soul, when this becomes a slave of the soul will grow. This is what is Atma connecting to Paramatma. So justice will bring peace. Without justice, there can't be peace. So strive for justice. It will lead to goodness to everyone. Recently, the police arrested me, put me inside prison, gave me small beatings. But those small beatings inside the jail led to my followers increasing 10 times on Facebook. Now from 7,000 followers, I got 60,000 followers now. Now that was a huge thing. Every paper carried my name, at least in Tamil Nadu. Please do a Facebook search. So beat anything, be it a small beating, small case, small effort, they'll have huge, big impact. Only if you have a soul in place. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.